Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the final undercard press conference for what's shaping up to be an historic night of boxing action taking place at the O2 Arena here in London, England. Now, it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored by William Hill, StubHub, JD Sports, and Wow Hydrate. Now, all the action will go live around the world, exclusively here in the United Kingdom on Sky Sports Box Office, and in America on ESPN+. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we are in Canary Wharf, and it's the financial district, but it had a big life and story before that. From 1802 to 1980, this was one of the busiest docks in the world. And it was actually named Canary Wharf after the Canary Islands. The fruit trade used to come through here. But the Canary Islands are named after the Presa Canario dogs. That's what they say, at least. And they're famed for their pedigree. Now, when talking about boxers, many times we also talk about pedigree. So if we could just take a second and take a look at the dais today and the fighters that we have up here and look at their pedigree, their backgrounds. Alexander Povetkin, Olympic gold medalist. Hughie Fury, world youth champion. Charlie Edwards, GB podium squad. Savannah Marshall, two-time Olympian. Joshua Buatsi, Olympic bronze medalist. James Tennyson, two-time Irish junior champion. Dalton Smith, Joe Cordina, Martin J. Ward, all Team GB members. You want to talk about pedigree, you've got it right there. This card is brilliantly stacked and stocked with some of the top young prospects, contenders, and champions in world boxing today. So, Saturday night, we're guaranteed to see fireworks. So here to introduce you to the fighters, speaking of pedigree, a man with the best promoter pedigree in the game, the president of Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Thank you, David. Spectacular as always. I didn't know that about the Canary. Yeah, it's interesting. Thank you. Learn something new every day. Thanks to the media for coming out today. We had a great workout last night at York Hall at the O2 Arena. You know when you've got a huge event, when you sell out 3 or 4 weeks before fight night. You know when you got a huge event when this morning Prince Nazim Hamed's after his usual 3 tickets at ringside with a couple of days to go. When Vladimir Klitschko texted me this morning saying he's coming, he needs 4 tickets. Alexander Usyk's on the plane. Andre Ward's already here with ESPN. Bob Arum, our friend, sitting there ready for the main event press conference. This is a huge event, of course, headlined by the pound-for-pound king, the pound-for-pound #1, Vasily Lomachenko, facing England's and Britain's greatest ever amateur Olympic gold medalist, Luke Campbell, for the Unified Lightweight World Championship. But beneath them, I think one of the best cards we've ever produced on a UK fight night. Like David said, the pedigree of our young contenders coming through, the matches and the crossroads fights of Alexander Povetkin against Hughie Fury, a fight made out of nowhere, a brilliant world title fight with Charlie Edwards against Julio Cesar Martinez, Joshua Buatsi, who I class as probably the best young prospect in world boxing right now. It's just an absolute stacked card from top to bottom. The fights now start actually at 4 o'clock because we also added James Tennyson against Atif Shafiq as our Facebook fight on Sky, which it shows you how far this sport of boxing has come, that a fight like that is a Facebook fight, Adam. I mean, you used to pay top money as a main event for fights like that. Now you're getting it on Facebook Live. The value we are delivering is incredible. But we wouldn't be here without our friends at Sky Sports.
That's better.
Long-time partners. And again, both taking this sport to great heights in this country. And I think Saturday night is another major statement bringing the pound-for-pound #1 to the UK. And before we hear from all the fighters on the card, I'm going to pass to the head of boxing at Sky Sports, Adam Smith.
Thanks very much, and you can get Naz his tickets so he doesn't bother me. Wasn't the York Hall Bethnal Green fantastic last night? Terrific to see Vasily Lomachenko here. Luke Campbell, top of the bill. It's a mouth-watering moment, I think, for all fight fans, all of us, to have a great fighter come to our shores. It doesn't happen very often. Lovely to see Bob Arum here. I actually saw him at the theatre the other night at the Lehman Trilogy. It was a long and wonderful night, and that's what we have on Saturday. It is a packed card. I badger Eddie daily to put more and more fights on, and look at what he's delivered. It's terrific from top to bottom. Look down at the lower table. Is it the lower table? It should be a top table. It's absolutely brilliant, packed with ability. Martin J. Ward on the end there. A fantastic fight for the British title. I think the first time in 20 years that two Welshmen, Chris Tanagar and I were just talking earlier, that are fighting for the British title in two old mates in Gavin and Joe, and that's a brilliant fight. I can't wait for that one. You know, we've got a whole load of talent. I have to pick out, though, Savannah Marshall. Savannah was our Sky Scholar for 4 years. Johnny Nelson, myself, Spencer Oliver, we spent a lot of time with her. She's a fantastic, fantastic person, a wonderful fighter. She's gone through a lot of ups and downs through amateurs and into the professional game now. But I'm really, really pleased that she is signed up with Matchroom. We're going to together give her the platform that she deserves, and she's going to be a world champion sometime very, very soon. So no pressure there, Sav, but it's great to have you on board. Top table here. Yeah, welcome Ryan Ford. Good to have you here. Joshua Buatsi, we know, we believe in Joshua that he's going to be a real star of the future if he's not one already, but his feet are firmly on the ground. He's a consummate professional both in and out of the ring, and an amazing talent for the future. Charlie Edwards, what a great story, winning that world title. Fantastic, the emotions of it all, but he just wants more, doesn't he? He's so dedicated. He's such a likable guy. He's got such a great unit now up in Sheffield, and he's got a really, really tough fight against Julio Cesar Martinez, who we saw deal with Andrew Selby, and he can't be taking him lightly, and I'm sure Charlie hasn't. That could be fight of the night. I tell you what also could be, and that's the heavyweight battle. Again, I said to Eddie, let's try and get the heavyweights on. I think it really adds to a show. Hughie Fury, fantastic addition to the Matchroom stable, and with Alexander Povetkin, who we all saw when he had that battle with David Price, and of course give AJ plenty of trouble at Wembley. So what is left for Alexander Povetkin, and what can Hughie Fury do on the big stage? Is it finally his night? A genuine 50-50, so many are on the bill, and yeah, we're delighted, Eddie, to have such a stacked card that you know, you could put on even without the top of the bill. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Adam. We're going to go to that Facebook fight, WBA International Lightweight Championship fight between James Tennyson and Atif Shafiq. James, firstly with you, big opportunity for you, obviously going to be trying to get changed and watch the British title fight, which you're going to hopefully be mandatory for if you go on and beat Atif, but a big chance, and obviously up at lightweight now after a spell at super feather.
Yeah, massive chance, massive opportunity to get my career back up in the title mix. Like to thank Mark, Tony, yourself, Eddie, all the guys at Matchroom for the opportunity, and being part of such a massive building. It's great. I'm ready for Saturday night, and you know, can't wait to get the show on the road and get in there and get the business done.
How much does that extra couple of pounds make a difference? Obviously, we saw you box Martin Ward, we saw you box Tevin Farmer for the world title out in Boston as well, but obviously always been tight at that super featherweight limit, and now much more comfortable up at 135.
Yeah, it makes a massive difference. You know, I'm sitting strong, healthy, fit. You know, taking them extra few pounds off when I was a super feather, it was starting to take its toll on me, and you know, it was making a difference in my performance on the night, and you know, you're going to see a whole lot better of me on the night now.
Atif, get the feeling you've been waiting for this opportunity for a long, long time. Looking for these big fights, now you've got it, must take your chance on Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. I've been professional for many years now. I've learnt my trade, and it's time to put on a show Saturday night.
Obviously, you've watched James Tennyson, number of good wins and big stage. Where do you see your victory coming on Saturday night?
Yeah, you know, he's had some good wins. He's fought for a world title, come up short. But I feel my skills will be the difference on Saturday night, and up at lightweight, my strength also.
Look forward to that fight, Tennyson against Shafiq for the WBA International title. Martin J. Ward, Wardy, been a frustrating period. He's looking for those monster fights for you now. Sometimes they take a little bit longer, but got to keep going, more activity. Out on Saturday night, you box at the O2.
Yeah.
You're almost like a veteran now at the O2, but obviously looking for those big fights in the division.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. First, I'd just like to thank you, Eddie, Matchroom Boxing, and my manager, Charlie Sims, for getting me a slot on his show. But I'm really, really, it's not going to be the biggest fight of my career, but I'm always going to be on the ball, and I'm going to put on a good performance, and hopefully look forward to a big fight come end of the year.
Cheers, Waldy. Dalton Smith. Dalton, You're almost a veteran yourself for the O2. Only 2 fights in, but you're back-to-back at the O2 Arena after a big fight on the Dillian White card as well. Comfortable there now as well and getting into your flow as a professional.
That's it, yeah, I've got a ball rolling now, and obviously I've got to thank Eddie and Matchroom for putting me on this massive bill again. You know, it's only my 3rd fight and twice out at the O2. You know, I can't grumble at that. So yeah, I'm looking to put on another performance and keep progressing and growing in my career.
Obviously, we've seen with the GB setup, you've followed all these guys before you. You know, Anthony Joshua, Callum Smith, Cal Yafai, all emerging as world champions from the podium squad. And even on this show as well, you know, with Savannah Marshall and Joe Caldina and Joshua Boazzi all leading the way, showing about that development from that podium squad to the pro ranks.
That's it, yeah, it just shows, like, obviously the pedigree, all the fighters on these tables coming through the Great Britain squad as well, and obviously how Matchroom's, you know, brought them on through early on in their careers. So I've got full confidence in them, and I believe I'll be up here with these boys in the near future.
Savannah, welcome to the team. Straight out on one of the biggest shows of the year, straight out at the O2 Arena. Looking forward to getting started on Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, I've just signed with Matchroom and straight away they've got me out on this amazing card. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm doing an 8-rounder against a really tougher Brazilian. So I'm ready to get started and get the ball rolling.
Obviously, plan is to win on Saturday, then out in the northeast for your first time in your career in the Newcastle card for the big Ritson Davis fight, and then push forward one more this year and look to challenge for the world title in 2020.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to box in the northeast. It's where I'm from, Hartlepool, and I'm really excited. And I'm going to be defending my WBA Intercontinental belt against another well-ranked opponent. So it's exciting times for me.
Look forward to seeing you on Saturday night. I won't ask you about it because I know you're sick and tired of asking questions about how you beat Clarissa Shields in the World Championship, but that is a fight that you will see in 2020. Savannah Marshall rematching Clarissa Shields for the hopefully what will be the undisputed World Championships in 2020. Again, Adam stole my line. Joe Caldina against Gavin Gwynne. The first time in over 25 years 2 Welshmen have competed for the British title. It is a brilliant lightweight clash for Joe's British lightweight title and the WBA international belt as well. 9-0 against 11-0. Plenty of pride on the line, plenty of skill on the line and on show as well. Gavin, start with you. A huge opportunity for you. Obviously, you know, Joe and a lot of these GB guys are used to boxing on these big shows, but for you, a massive opportunity, not just to be on this big show, but to challenge for the British title.
Yeah, really massive opportunity. I'd just like to thank you and obviously Matchroom for giving me my chance. I won Eliminator, so I've earned my chance to be here, and I just want to thank you for giving my chance on this massive card. Like, so.
Obviously, over the years, you would have seen Joe Caldina progress in the amateurs and been pretty much faultless as a professional. You see this fight, though, seeing your comments, a lot closer than people some might predict in this fight. You really fancy your chances with the Sanagar team and Tony Borg and the guys?
Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't be here now if I didn't fancy my chances. I'm going to go in here and rip the belts off him on Saturday.
Joe, obviously an all-Welsh fight. I think the build-up's been a lot geared towards that, but I've seen you saying this is just another fight for you in your journey to challenge for the World Championships as well. Confident in this fight, but obviously knowing that Gavin's going to raise his game, not just because of the Welsh derby, but because of the stage as well.
First of all, I'd just like to say thank you to Eddie and Sky for getting me on this unbelievable bill and some amazing talent on show, and it will be on Saturday night. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight. He thinks he's going to rip the belts off me. He's 6 foot, he's big, tough, but you need a little bit more than just being tough and big to come and take them belts.
Obviously, you have got plans to go and challenge for those world titles as well, but
yeah,
everybody's looking to, like I said, raise their game against you. All these guys that have come off the GB squad as well. You feel you're overlooking Gavin Gwynne in this fight? I know you've trained hard, but do you just see this as a stepping stone to moving forward?
Not at all. Before this fight came about, I thought we could have got Patera in here for this, but it was a quick turnaround for him. But then as soon as they said Gavin Gwynne, no problem. My head's on the game. There's no point looking at world titles and European titles if I got someone who's trying to take my belts on Saturday. So yeah, my preparation has been totally focused on Gavin.
Your fight somewhere around 6:30, 7 p.m. on Saturday night. Going to be getting showered up after the fight and obviously watching the main event, which one day, hopefully in the not too distant future, you'll be a part of as well. Looking forward to Lomachenko against Luke Campbell on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a fight I think everyone wants to watch. But like you said, being a part of that. But yeah, I've got to get through Gavin on Saturday, and 100% I will be keeping my belts, and I'll be going home victorious.
Thank you, Joe Caldina, Gavin Gwynn for the British Lightweight Championship on Saturday night. We move to the top table. Ryan Ford, welcome. Talking some great talk last night. You look great in the workout. Ready for this fight against Joshua Buatsi. It's going to be a crazy atmosphere. You may not have seen anything like this before. You're going to love it.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I know I'm going up against the top prospect here in Joshua Buatsi, but I live my life with with no risk comes no reward. So I know a lot of people are sleeping on me, but Saturday night when I step into the ring, they're going to wake up and actually see what I bring to the ring.
One thing you do come with a reputation of is being extremely tough, extremely durable. Joshua Buatsi not been past 6 rounds as a professional. He's taken a lot of people out early in those fights as well. You feel like you've got that tenacity to stay with him for the distance of this fight?
Oh, 100%. I'm not here to go down. I'm going to bring him a fight and just do what I do.
Thank you, Ryan. JB, I think we got a great fight for you here on Saturday night. I think a guy that's going to really test you. An important moment in your career now. You've been faultless so far as a pro. And again, the O2 seems like home for you now, but a big card again for you to showcase your skills on.
Yeah, again, good afternoon to everyone. Great turnout, man. We really appreciate that. Talents on this table, the bottom, the top, bags of talent. I feel blessed to be a part of it. And on Saturday night, yeah, Ryan Ford is going to come, game opponent. Like he said, he's durable. He's going to bring heat. He's going to bring all kinds of stuff to the table and into the ring. So that's great news, and I'll be there. Like I said, I'll be present every round. Every moment I'll be present, I'll be there.
Obviously, we talked about, to Joe about the future, and you saw a great fight between Kovalev and Yard last week. Division's just on fire. You've got Beterbiev against Gozic, which Bob's putting on, a great unification fight. Dmitry Bivol fights in Chicago in October. Just a great time to be part of the light heavyweight division, and those fights not in the too far away from you now if you can win on Saturday and again compete at the end of the year.
Definitely. I think the aim is to get past Saturday. I'm not looking past Ryan Ford in any way, any shape, any form. Like I said, man, I'll be there, and I'll be doing whatever I can do to win. Do anything to win, and that's what I'll be doing. And then, like you said, we talk about the future, but Saturday night is the primary goal. It's all I've been thinking about for the last 9 to 10 weeks, so that's all that matters.
Buatsi against Ford, WBA International Light Heavyweight Championship on Saturday night. We go through to the 2 final fights, 2 brilliant fights. Firstly, the WBC World Championship flyweight title on the line between Charlie Edwards and Julio Cesar Martinez. We want to say thank you to Alberto here from the WBC, Maurizio Suleiman, who I believe is in town now as well. Charlie Edwards has been an absolute pleasure to work with, to deal with. We saw him challenge for the IBF flyweight title a while back, came too early in his career against Casimero, came back, worked harder than ever, got his opportunity to fight for the WBC world title, won that, the only WBC world champion from Britain right now. He wears that green and gold belt so proudly, pretty much every day of his life, actually, in bed most nights as well. He goes to sleep with it and cuddles it like a teddy bear. I've seen him do it. And he's a very proud guy. But what he has done, despite being a very hard worker, despite being a very proud man, he's established himself as the #1 flyweight in the world, unquestionably right now. And this fight is an absolute cracker. Julio Cesar Martinez got this shot, became mandatory by knocking out Andrew Selby, who is a great fighter himself. He comes here with Eddie Reynoso and the team. They are here 100% to win. He's relentless, he punches hard. Is non-stop action. The styles are going to gel into a brilliant World Championship fight here, and I think this is arguably the toughest fight of Charlie Edwards' career so far. Julio Cesar Martinez, welcome. Big opportunity for you on Saturday night.
Es un gusto estar aquí, un placer estar en esta cartelera. Primeramente, Dios, vamos con todo. Este 31 de agosto, sé que va a ser una pelea muy buena, muy fuerte. Gracias a Dios nos preparamos al 1000. Muchísimas gracias por todo su apoyo del señor Eddie Reynoso, clase y talento. Ahora sí que, como siempre he dicho, hay que morirnos arriba del ring.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. Really, it's the first time. Really, thank you very much to all of you for coming here and welcoming me. It's going to be a very strong fight, a powerful fight. I'm well prepared for it. I thank you again. I'm come here to show you my talent, and as people have said, it's going to be an excellent fight on Saturday. Thank you.
You are well renowned for your all-action style and that you punch very hard. Is that what we're going to see from you on Saturday? Are you going for the knockout victory on Saturday night?
Pues primeramente Dios, vamos con todo, ahora sí que a lo que venga, venimos ahora sí que sobre el knockout, si nos vamos a decisión, estamos preparados para los 12 rounds. Yo sé que Andrew, Charlie es muy fuerte, igual que Andrew, pues ahora sí que no escatimamos en nada, ahora sí que vamos con todo.
Well, I'm coming here, everything, yeah, knockout if I can, of course, but I'm prepared for 12 rounds. Charlie's a really strong boxer, just like Andrew was as well, so I'm prepared for everything. I hope to get a knockout, but I'm ready.
Thank you very much, Julio. Charlie, one thing we never have to worry about with you is that you're ready. Probably the most hardest worker, Grant Smith and the team done another great job for camp. We know you never ever leave any stone unturned. Ready now to go on in what should be a brilliant, brilliant fight on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm always ready. I give 120% to my game and my craft. I want to say a massive thank you for everyone to come out today and give us such a big media outlet. It's great for us fighters and especially for the flyweights to get such a big kind of exposure. So being on Sky Sports, pay-per-view across the world on such a big card. So I've got to say thank you as well to Sky, to Eddie, and most of all, thank you to my coach, Grant Smith, for making me the fighter I am today. He's took me to another level, and we are really confident in Saturday night. It's a very hard challenge ahead of us. Martinez is my #1 challenger, and he's come off a brilliant win. So we're expecting a real tough and hard fight, but I'm ready. I'm ready to take him deep in water, and I'm ready to drown him.
Obviously, that was a big win for him last time out against Andrew Selby, knocking him out to become your mandatory as well. What did you see in that fight? Just impressed by his work rate and his power as well, obviously.
Yeah, his record says it for himself. He's a real puncher, and he's game. He comes to have a go, and he wants to get on your chest. He's tough, and he can be dirty as well. So we've got to be on top performance. I'll be super focused, zoned in as always, and I just have to, like Josh said, I have to just let the spirit guide me. Take each moment as it comes, live in the present moment, and the fight will unfold nicely in front of me.
Thank you, Charlie. Brilliant, brilliant fight for the WBC World Flyweight Championship. Charlie Edwards against Julio Cesar Martinez. Finally, a fight that has got everybody talking. Honestly, since I made this fight, I don't think there's been a day that's gone past that I haven't thought about this fight, I haven't talked about this fight. We were lucky enough to sign Hughie Fury recently to Matchroom. The plan was to have a nice, easy fight in August or September and then move on to a bigger fight later in the year. Well, Hughie Fury chose his easy fight as Alexander Povetkin, one of the most fearsome heavyweights in the world today. Top 5 unquestionably in anybody's rankings. Nobody wants to fight Alexander Povetkin. Coming off an incredible fight with Anthony Joshua at Wembley Stadium in front of 80,000 people. Everybody knows who Alexander Povetkin is. He's a great man, he's a great talent. He always comes to fight. I want to thank Andrei Rybinski, World of Boxing as well, and all of his team in what is such an important heavyweight matchup on Saturday night. Sometimes the best fights are made out of nowhere. Fights you don't even think you have a chance of making. Alexander Povetkin, I spoke to his team and said, you know, would you fight Hughie Fury? They said, yes, we would. I spoke to Hughie Fury and Peter Fury and MTK. Would you fight Alexander Povetkin? Yes, we would. It was made in 5 minutes because they're here to fight. Hughie wants to take a chance to burst onto the world scene. Alexander Povetkin believes he's a level above Hughie Fury and believes that he can go back and challenge for the world heavyweight title. So firstly, Alex, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here and ready for a big fight on Saturday.
Добрый день. Мне очень приятно находиться в Лондоне. Я уже здесь несколько раз уже боксирую. Очень добрая публика, приветствую, которым интересно и которые любят бокс.
Good morning, rather. Good afternoon. I'm very glad to be in London. Hello to everybody. I have been to London several times before, and I'm very glad to be here because boxing public is very nice and pleasant here.
This is a big fight for your career. Last time against Joshua, it was an amazing fight that you gained a lot of fans in against. Do you believe you're just too experienced and too strong for Hughie Fury on Saturday?
Я об этом не думаю. Я знаю, что Хью Фьюри молодой, перспективный спортсмен и будет стараться выиграть. Так что я тоже отнесся к этому очень полноценно, хорошо подготовился и буду стараться показать красивый, интересный бокс.
I don't think so. I think Hughie Fury is a young sportsman with huge prospects, and I would treat him seriously. And I hope that on Saturday we will show you a great boxing match.
Thank you, Alexander. It's a pleasure to have you back here. Hughie Fury. I tell you, I told everyone the story when I went to see your dad, when we heard in the media that you wanted to fight Anthony Joshua a couple of years ago. I didn't believe you, I didn't believe your dad. How wrong was I? You got a big old set of nuts on you, that is for sure. Because at 22 you fought Joseph Parker for the world heavyweight title. At 23 you went to Bulgaria, which nobody wanted to do, to fight Kubrat Pulev. And at 24 you now fight Alexander Povetkin at the O2 Arena. You see something here, don't you, you and Peter? You believe that you can win this fight on Saturday night?
100%. I wouldn't take any fight if I didn't believe I was going to win it. We train hard, we to fight easy. But like I say, I respect Alexander Povetkin, he's a great fighter. And it's all about making legacy. And when I do achieve everything I want in this sport, I want to look back and say, I fought everyone. I didn't avoid anyone. I want to be looking on my record, I fought the best. And that's what I'm aiming to do. I want these fights, like I say, just take one fight at a time. Main thing, Alexander Povetkin, great fighter. It's going to be a pleasure to share the ring, and I'm looking forward to it.
Incredible though, at 24, like I said, that resume, but you feel like this is the right time for you. We talked about timing being everything. You know, Alex is obviously coming off that defeat to AJ. You're 24, young. You feel like this is the right time for you to take this fight and the right time for your career?
Yeah, I believe everything happens for a reason. All the fights I've had, the experience has led me to this moment here, and the timing is right now.
Final question. This is a roll of the dice, but the rewards are absolutely massive, aren't they? You beat Alexander Povetkin on Saturday night. You just completely bulldozed the heavyweight division. You put yourself in line for all those mega fights.
100%, and that's what I want. It's my time to shine, and I will do. And I'm looking forward to challenge all these fights and be back in the mix.
Look forward to an incredible heavyweight fight. Hughie Fury against Alexander Povetkin. This is an epic card of boxing on Saturday night. Of course, headlined by the great Vasily Lomachenko against Luke Campbell for the Unified World Lightweight Championships. We're going to break here now. If I can ask the fighters just to step to the sides of the tables. We're going to have head-to-heads here now. All the guys available to the media, and then we'll begin the Lomachenko press conference in about 10 or 15 minutes. Thank you.